To those of you joining online, as well as any guests that we have here in the room. As a reminder, just per our bylaws, only senators are allowed to speak at the meeting, but if you have a question announcement, please work through your senator. They'll be happy to make that announcement or get that question answered for you. Excited to get going here in March. There's a lot of energy and excitement on campus. We also have a lot of energy and excitement and progress that we have made just in the last month or so, and excited to tell you all about that. Our Secretary, Katherine Hilson, has informed me, along with our parliamentarian, that we do have quorum and that we can conduct the business of the day. The first agenda item for the day is the approval of the February minutes. Those were distributed to the body. Is there a motion to approve the February minutes? Moved by Senator Bellon. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Bellon. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Minutes are approved. I will keep my remarks fairly brief, but we'll submit in writing for our email distribution. Thanks to the Communications Committee for our great newsletter that is so helpful to all of us in getting information to our constituents, because I do want to make sure that we have plenty of time for all of our executive committee officer candidates to speak. I do have one large update just wanted to share. We have talked as a body and then individually about the campus health and wellness programs. We were able to talk in depth with Carolina Guardian as well as our staff policy and wellbeing committee about this, but just wanted to give you a quick overview of what was going on with that program and where we are now, and very exciting news about where we are now. The campus wellness programs, formerly funding was housed in student affairs. That was not exactly the best place at the time for that funding to come from. So that funding, which is about $500,000 in January of 2024, was no longer. That included some wellness programs as well as medical screenings at University Health Services. When we were alerted to that issue, we got to work immediately. Thank you to a number of senators who reached out about that. We were very fortunate enough that Carolina Guardian and myself were able to speak with President Emeritus about this program and advocated and lobbied that we do something to ensure that even if we're not at that same financial level, that we did have at minimum the screening, the health screenings and blood panel availability for staff at University Health Services, as well as some version of the campus wellness program. That meeting went very well. The president understood where we were coming from. He understood the value of the program, and we are very excited to announce that the president did allocate $500,000 for the campus health and wellness programs, along with the screenings at health services. And what's really great is that Vice President Tolliver has agreed that this can live in under the student affairs umbrella, and our student affairs senators, please jump in if I get anything incorrect here. But Vice President Tolliver has some experience with other institutions who have really robust campus health and wellness programs. So while we were a little bit nervous circa mid-January, we're really, really fortunate that this is going to be an opportunity for us, with hopefully our involvement as well, to reimagine and re-envision what this program may look like. So Vice President Tolliver is committed to having a staff member to really lead this effort and dedicate the time and energy and effort and resources to creating a really, really strong program. One of the templates that has been very successful is at Virginia Tech, but certainly if you have ideas, if you have thoughts and you have suggestions about what this may look like, now is certainly the time for us to get those ideas into practice. We're very also thankful, as always, that Carolina Guardian was with us every step of the way on this. Caroline also reported out to the Staff Policy and Wellbeing Committee on this topic as well, and when that committee reports, if you want to add any information on that, please feel welcome to. But that was my big ticket item. A couple other things have progressed with our staff awards day and celebration day that I'll defer to when Bridget has an opportunity to speak to the group. But we are progressing very well, and that is going to end up being a really, really impactful day, I think, for all of our staff, and it'll be a great opportunity for us to showcase to not only the broader university community, but also the city of Columbia and hopefully the state, just how great and impactful what the staff at the university do. So thank you to all those of you who are chairing a committee, a subcommittee, and any efforts you've made on that. So again, I'll put a couple other small things in our written report, but do want to jump into the bulk of our agenda. So as you know, our executive committee officers serve for one term and then can run again, can run for another office, or can support us in other ways, not on the executive committee. So my term will end on June 30th. Our bylaws are written such that the vice president rolls into the president's position. So at this time, I would generally turn it over to Megan, our incoming president. But Megan, as you know, is an extremely talented employee and has been asked to present at a conference, I believe, in Seattle. So Megan, I know you're 3 hours behind us, but if you're there, we miss you. And Megan asked me just to say a few words on her behalf. I'm happy to do so, but this body, this organization, Staff Senate, will be in great hands with Megan Colascione. She's served on Staff Senate since its inception, a real advocate, a real leader, a real fighter for staff, and I know that everyone will support her and feel that support from the body like I have. And I just can't say enough things, great positive things about what Megan will be able to do with this organization, and I'm really excited to support her in whatever way I can. Megan just wanted me to reiterate to you all that she's here to serve. Whatever she can do for you all, she's going to do it. Whatever she can do for our staff members, certainly going to do it, and look forward to serving under her term in the next only few months.
I was just going to mention, as a parliamentarian, it has always been, I think, the intention of Staff Senate for the vice president to become the president. If you read our bylaws carefully, it doesn't actually say it in print, but the bylaws are working on that, and nice. We hopefully have something for you soon.
Good luck. With that, I'll turn it over to Chris Burkett, who has been nominated and accepted the nomination, and now is running for vice president.
Thank you, fellow senators. I'm excited about the potential opportunity to serve as the next vice president for the USC Staff Senate. I'm eager to bring the breadth and depth of my experience to this role. Throughout my 30 years in education, please know I started when I was 10, I've had the privilege of working in various capacities with staff, faculty, administration, and other constituents in all the different roles at the different institutions where I've worked. This has been no different in my 7 years at USC. From serving the staff in the College of Education to serving the past 2 years as staff senator, and then this year on executive committee as parliamentarian, I feel a deep commitment to all staff within the USC staff community. My professional journey has equipped me with a deep understanding of the complexities of the USC institution, and I am committed to utilizing this knowledge to foster a stronger and more inclusive USC community. As vice president, I will be a dedicated advocate, working with President Colascione, the executive committee, Senate committee chairs, and all staff to ensure that concerns and voices of staff continue to be heard and addressed effectively. Capitalizing on all Staff Senate has accomplished thus far, and in 2.5 years, almost 3, it is a great deal. I believe that together we can continue to increase the visibility of staff, increase the awareness of the expertise and dedication of staff, and through both of these, increase the respect that should be shown to each and every staff member on this campus. I truly believe that through our efforts on Staff Senate, we are working together to build a stronger, more connected USC community. Thank you.
And candidate for Treasurer Rebecca DeNisi. As I move my bag out of the way.
Hi, I don't write speeches, and I wasn't prepared for it to be that formal. That was too impressive. I just would like to serve Staff Senate in any way that I can. I was nominated for this. Being in administration and finance at the university, I think I looked like a good option. So I spoke with our previous secretary or treasurer, sorry, and got an idea of what it looks like. So for the minute that I worked in the budget office, like I feel confident that I can figure out how to use the other side of Anaplan and serve you the best that I can, so we make sure we have all of our money so that we can continue to do the great things that we're doing. And I look forward to the opportunity if you will have me.
And candidate for Secretary Julia Hodge.
Will do do whatever's
Yes.
necessary.
The balance will be correct even if I get it wrong.
It'll be fine. Okay, so thanks everybody. I'm Julia Hodge. I did write a little bit, but if you know me, I may go off script. That tends to happen. So while I am in my first year here at Staff Senate, I am in my 10th year as a staff member here at USC, not to count my undergraduate years here. So overall, I love USC. I'm excited to serve in whatever capacity that may be. In this case, it does look like I was nominated as secretary. Thank you, Andrea, wherever you are, for seeing that. I really appreciate it. I'm excited to kind of hopefully step into that role. In terms of USC, I just want it to be a better place. I love USC, but I think we have more to do, right? Not only for students and faculty, but really for us as staff. We're the backbone. We do so much here, and I'm really excited about the work that Staff Senate has already done and what we can kind of build upon that. So currently I am the membership co-chair, so Bill and I running membership committee. So it's been a really great year learning a lot more about how Staff Senate actually works, how it runs. I've been looking at the bylaws a lot, so trying to figure out what works, what doesn't. Also looking at the apportionment piece, we've talked a lot about that. So who are we representing and how are we representing staff? So we've looked at that. TBD, more to come. We do have a lot coming on down the pike for that. And then also elections. So we've been kind of running that as the membership committee, officer elections, and then moving forward into general elections, which you'll hear more about later. For secretary specifically, so why I'm interested in this role, I am a pretty organized person, just in general, so do tend to take notes, like to take notes, minutes, really love some workflows, so really excited to kind of use that in this position. And then additionally, I really see myself as a team player through and through. I am happy to help in any capacity, and I really feel like secretary is a great way that I can actually get to know all of you because I have to take attendance. So I'll get to learn your names, which I'm actually really excited about. That was kind of the main point, honestly, for me joining Staff Senate is to just broaden my network on campus. So I'm excited to do that even further in that position. And that's about all I have today. Doesn't look like we're opening the floor to questions, but I'm happy to take any if you have any, but please consider me for secretary. Thank you.
And candidate for Parliamentarian, Julia Bellon.
I think I'm more nervous than my kid was when he did this in front of 300 students last week, who, by the way, also ran for parliamentarian and was actually elected. So I feel like I'm giving the same speech because I helped write his. I'm Julia Bellon, and I'm one of 4 staff senators for the Office of the Provost, specifically in enrollment management, and I'm going for parliamentarian. So my 30 years of higher ed, I started when I was 9. Did not really prepare me for this role, but it had its own way of helping me by co-chairing the bylaws committee. This year, I have done a deep dive into our bylaws. As Chris stated, we found a big old hole just recently with the vice president becoming president. So I will make sure that our meetings adhere to Robert's Rules of Order so we don't have chaos. I'll make sure that we follow our organization's bylaws. And of course, I will do my best to support you in your committee roles and as staff senators with parliamentarian procedure. So remember, vote Julia Bellon, Hodge's secretary, Bellon parliamentarian. And because it's voting season, my name is Julia Bellon, and I approve this message.
Julia sandbag. She said she was nervous. Huh? So thank you to all of the individuals who are running for office. I appreciate you throwing your own hat in the ring, or those of you who threw their hat in the ring. It's always good to have a great executive committee. And I can say from personal experience, some of the members on our current executive committee will be staying on, and those some are rolling off. But it's been a real joy to work with this group. I think we've had a great amount of teamwork, collaboration. I think what's been key, but even with our body, we don't always agree, but we all have the same goal in mind with doing what is best for staff at the university, and we end up all eventually getting to a point where we we can accomplish a lot of good things. So thank you to all the members of the 24 executive committee, and happy to have worked with you, and certainly we'll all be, I'm like gum on several of your shoes and not going anywhere. I already know the questions I'll have for Vanessa and Katherine in a different capacity, not staff senate next year. So thank you to all of you who are running, and you will get more information on the vote. Even though there are only one candidate for each position, we will still go through our voting process. So please be sure to log in and vote. We'll get communication to you. And I'm sure the membership committee will touch on that during their report as well. So speaking of, we can jump right into our committee reports, starting with membership with Chairs Hodge and Bellon.
Julia decided to recuse herself.
I'm just here for support.
Seeing as how she's running.
Yeah. Like that could be weird. So.
Everything's on the up and up here.
Yeah.
So, spoiler alert here, most of what you just saw is what we've been planning in the last month. So, we open the nominations, we let everybody nominate someone, submit their name in the hat, or whatever it may be. And so here we are now, and we'll go on to have the vote in the next couple of days. And then we're going to be looking at the general election. We only have a few openings, one in development, one in
Darwin.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I use a lot of acronyms. Sorry.
They're new, it's fine.
Yeah, Dave Matthews.
One in research, two in student affairs, one in academic affairs, and provost reporting. And those will be open due to results of officer elections as well. And those elections will be coming up in April. So that's what we'll be doing for the next meeting that we have, which is always on Tuesday of the following meeting. I think, yeah.
All right, thank you, membership. Communications.
We got closer to the mic to give her updates. They didn't hear them.
Gotcha. We vacate the spot.
That was a theater major.
Do it again.
Okay, I was like, I don't see a mic up here. Hello, everyone. Communications committee reporting in. We've gotten some really great feedback on the newsletter recaps we've been sending out the Tuesday following staff senate meetings. Just so everyone knows, we've kind of divvied those up between our committees. So each week someone takes one. Usually Katherine's notes are excellent in helping us refresh our memory if we forget what has gone on, but also we love putting notes from Tyson in there. Senator Lusk, President Lusk, titles. So if you have any comments, questions, concerns about those newsletters or want to see something different in those, let someone on the communications committee know. And then really the only other thing we're still doing are data collecting and whatnot about staff communications across campus. So if you've heard of ways of communications for whatever it may be that you think would be helpful for us, let us know, because we'll be starting to kind of roll out how should we share this information and or important events like Staff Appreciation Day with folks who maybe don't have social media or check in their emails daily. A number of us too are also on the Staff Appreciation and Awards Day committee doing communications for that. So we're staying busy, but as always, if you need anything, reach out to one of your communications committee senators.
Staff policy and well-being.
Afternoon, everybody. Jason Cohn here. Obviously, I'm not Beth Herron, but I'll do my best. She has a baseball game with her son today, a JV baseball game, so we'll miss her. Mostly wanted to share with you about 6 to 7 items, kind of from an HR flavor. So Human Resources is engaged with a consulting firm The name of the firm is Siegel. And basically what that firm will be doing is kind of helping HR across campus on service delivery. Carolina Gardy was able to attend a cabinet retreat and help provide information about staff turnover and some performance metrics. And she noted to us in our meeting, which was March the 1st, that the last time they had done a climate survey was around 2019. So I think they're thinking about kicking the tires on that again. One thing that's important as far as having a seat at the table is the Vice President of Human Resources, which I'm assuming is Caroline. She will have a seat at the table with the President's Cabinet, which was a new development. So that was a good news story there. Human Resources is starting an appreciation program called Cocky Cards, which will allow people to kind of send notes of appreciation from, to fellow staff members. Tyson touched on the health screenings coming back and everything, so that was one. And then I wanted to touch base. Is there technically new office space for the ombuds person? I just couldn't.
Yes, welcome, Robin.
Robin.
I'm actually, thank you for that question. We will be looking at potential space off of Senate Street on Friday. So we're pretty excited about that, and I can give you an update as the plans develop. If that is a good space, then the idea it would be to move into it in May.
Okay. Well, good news. Good news there. I did want to give a shout out to Senator Rose Kim for putting together some work as far as getting on May the 6th is obviously Staff Appreciation Day. So we're going to have some free parking in the parking garages in close proximity. So just as a heads up, a good job, Kim, on that one. The last one I had was, I got two. Tomorrow I have a meeting with Caroline and class and comp on a small focus group related to pay. So hopefully I'll have some information to share at a later date. Just wanted to let you know that's going down tomorrow at about 11 a.m.
Questions can begin at 12:30.
Right. The last one is, and this is more of a future item, but we've shared in the past that paratransit or the opportunity for staff to mirror students as far as travel on the buses and everything. I need to push with P&T to go ahead and try to get something out officially through the website, but that's just kind of a future item. But that's all I had today, so appreciate it.
Add in one note, Caroline shared with us on our Staff Policy and Wellbeing Committee that she had been added to the President's Cabinet, which I feel like is a huge win for us. That was something that this body and we actually mentioned to the consultant as well. I don't know exactly the timeline of when that decision was made, but that was something that we had asked for and certainly supported. So we're very happy to hear that. All right. Professional development.
Hi, everyone. Travis Weatherford. I'm new to the co-chair position of the Professional Development Committee. Senator Christopher has taken a new role or a new responsibility with the Bylaws Committee. So there was an adjustment made, but she continues to serve on our committee, indispensable. So we're not going to let you go. But I and Senator Doran are continuing to serve as the co-chair. We meet once a month. In fact, we have a meeting planned next Monday to continue to explore the ways that we as a committee and as a body generally can use the resources of the university to promote staff development and well-being generally. There's a lot of overlap here. The university is very rich with many offices, our colleagues that promote our own development, the health and prosperity of the university in light of some, many challenges ahead for us. So to that end, we're looking for presenters to come speak to us to match some of the wonderful presentations we've already had, like from benefits office, law enforcement, things like that. Fortunately, thanks to Senator DeLorenzo, there you are. Sorry, forgive me. I'm baffled, all these faces. Thanks to her, we'll hear from the head of her office, Dr. Anthony James, Office of Access and Opportunity, will be here next meeting to speak to us about their efforts and the programs they have, like, what is it? Development and facilitation of educational programs for students, faculty, and staff that will promote understanding and increase engagement on diversity-related issues. Looking forward to that. So that's going to be next month. We're also working with Nicole Vaughn in the Professional Development Office to perhaps speak with us, hopefully this summer, to detail some of the programs they have. Their calendar is extensive. Personally, I went to a Social Security presentation last week, which was, to put it charitably, illuminating and alarming, but it was excellent. So I've made it a habit every month of looking at the calendar to see what opportunities are there. And I think personally, for me, and like for speaking to our constituents, it should be a regular thing because there's just so much out there that you just never think about. So hopefully Nicole can come speak to us to give us a better picture of some of the programs that they have. We're looking forward to fall, with the change of leadership and the Senate composition, maybe do a survey and get an idea of the climate and interest for the fall, and some potential speakers and programs so we can take advantage of. One potential speaker would be Dr. Nikki Bowie, Assistant Director of Mental Health. Apparently she's new in her tenure, relatively new, a couple of months maybe. She may give us an idea of the things that they're doing in the student health area, mental health particularly, especially in light of some of the changes that we're seeing, in light of some of the presentations of things ahead of us, So looking forward to that. We're continuing to work, so if you have any thoughts or suggestions or something you want the committee to do, please reach out to us. Happy to entertain them. It'll be wonderful. Thank you again.
Thank you. Community projects.
A Minnet senator and I thought it would be cool to bring the containers and let y'all see if you didn't see down here. What a great job everybody's doing the pull tabs. I feel like we've been collecting for a while, and sometimes the visual is a little bit better than just being like, yeah, bring us your pull tabs. So still bringing them. We're excited to take those to Ronald McDonald House at the end of the semester, so we'll keep collecting, and we have even more, but we just wanted y'all to see, it's one of those things where every little bit counts, and it truly does. So it's not too late. If you haven't collected the first one, you can start this time and bring it next month. So appreciate everybody's help with that. And then also, we are still collecting items for the Student Success Center. I know, Toni, we've heard it enough, but please keep bringing stuff. I mean, even if you forgot this time and you bring it next time, we appreciate everything that we've gotten. We'll deliver what we have now to the Student Success Center in T-Coop next week. There's a need, y'all. So please, and we even went, we were talking about it in our committee last month, gently used book bags. If you're in an office building where, there's notebooks that people aren't using anymore, or they clean out something and put it on that shelf and it's been sitting up there for years. I'm not saying take anything from your book, but if it's just been sitting up there and collecting dust, like it can be used. So bring it the next meeting and we'll just keep delivering there. Then we have our, you want to do that? Oh, yeah. So we have the other thing that we have going on, the third thing is the big event. And Margie's been great. Senator Ziegler's been great about getting some more communication out about that, following up. I think the deadline to register is at this Friday.
Okay, so yes, and I actually spoke with the big event coordinators. We only have 3 senators that are actually signed up. So their deadline is this Friday, the 15th. So if we could have some more people sign up, that's going to be on Saturday, March 30th. And generally it starts around 8 o'clock and it will end around 2 o'clock. I think an idea. But this is a national thing, event that actually 100 plus universities are in the cartoon. So it's not like we chose the 30th. I know that's the Easter weekend and it's really hard, but this is across the nation. So that's kind of why that date has been set already. But we can send out the link again if anyone needs to sign up. Link.
And then our committee will we meet again next Wednesday, via Teams, and we have a few other things that other people at the university have brought to us that we'll take our committee, and if we all agree to pursue those things, we'll share that with y'all next month. So, any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bylaws.
This is only the second appearance. You're gonna get a third one later. So the bylaws committee kind of took a little bit of a breather because we do have a proposed change that we'll be doing the first reading of today that we didn't want to do at last month's meeting since the president was here. So we'll be reading that later. And then we also know that the membership committee has proposed a reallocation of staff senators. So once we get that, we'll start working on that to get that changed through the bylaws. And then like Chris and I both mentioned, we did find a couple of things in the bylaws that are going to need to be updated. So that will be forthcoming as well. So any questions? Okay, I'll be back.
Staff awards and recognition.
Good afternoon. May I ask all current senators to raise your hand? Current senators to raise your hand. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your support of our Staff Appreciation Day, which is Tuesday, May 14th. Mark your calendars. We're excited and we thank you all so very much for all your support, your willingness to serve in this capacity so that we can give back to our staff. I have to put these on for a minute to read this report. Let's see. So we are working diligently to make the Staff Day event a memorable one. The save the date should be emailed. We were hoping that it would go out yesterday. We had it slated for today, and we're still hoping it would go out today, but if not, by tomorrow. There's a process that we have to go through, several iterations, several approvals through the president's office, and we're just trying to get that out soon. And that will have a link for staff to RSVP that will provide their USC IDs, which will be used to help us with registration, help us with food, and also logistics. The RSVP will also be linked to the Staff Senate's website. If you're out there looking at it, it's already active. So you will be able to sign up through that link in that form. We're asking for the RSVP's responses by March 28th, which is a Thursday. And we're grateful to President Tyson for the Founders Credit Union agreeing to giving us a $10,000 sponsorship. That's huge. And they'll be our primary sponsor. So we're excited about that. We also have a sponsorship letter, which is before you. We're asking that you take that letter to share with your constituents so that we can get, and also businesses, so that we can get donations, promotional materials from businesses so that we can give back to our staff during our Staff Appreciation Day. Let's see. We are requesting quotes for decorations and entertainment, and the timeline and call for nominations for the awards portion of our event has been approved, and hopefully the nominations will be open the week of March 18th. We have all the volunteers for that subcommittee to review those nominations when they come in. Aramark should have our food proposals prepared this week. They said after spring break, starting the 11th. So we're hoping to get those suggestions in, which will give us an idea of cost as well as what they can offer. They understand that we want it to be in a festival atmosphere with the food trucks and everything. So we're working with them diligently to get that done, as well as we're working with teams to ensure that we can use the Carolina card usage to scan when you come in and register, as well as for your food. And then we have another huge win. As it was mentioned earlier, Senator Rose was able to secure free parking for the staff day for all staff in the Bull Street Garage. So we're excited Thank you again for your willingness to serve. More to come. We have a lot of work to do, and we're very excited for this opportunity. Thank you.
And fundraising and development.
Hey everyone, bear with me because I'm still kind of getting back into the committee chairship. But as you may know or may not know, we are a little bit over a week away from Gift for Garnet. Gift for Garnet, the staff senate will have be participating in Gift for Garnet, so we will have a fund that you will be able to give to during Gift for Garnet. It's actually 2 days, pretty much 2 days this year, starting on the 20th, and then it actually goes into a little bit in the afternoon on the 21st. So we have a little bit longer to give this year. And we will also, we also have the general fund for staff senate, but also we'll have the scholarship fund that we're starting for staff for the staff that we're starting. If that's pretty much all that we have right now. I think we'll be getting with communications about seeing if we can put out something real quick for Gift for Garnet. But other than that, that's pretty much it.
Thank you. All right. As previously mentioned, we do have the first reading on one amendment to the bylaws. So Chris and Chair Bellon, I'll turn it over to you for a first reading on that. Yep.
Thank you. So currently, Article 5, election procedures, has elections for vacant staff senate seats shall be held each March annually across the university. Elections will be managed by the membership committee, which will be advised by the immediate past president, referenced Article 5, 6, 7, Section 1B. We are proposing eliminating this line, elections for vacant staff senate, etc. And so it will read, Article 5, election procedures. Elections will be managed by the membership committee, which will be advised by the immediate past president, reference Article 7, Section 1B. The reason we're doing that is Article 5, election procedures, Section 3, election timeline, actually outlines the timeline for elections. So we're just trying to get rid of a little bit of redundancy. It'll also help if this ever changes. We only have to update it in one spot instead of possibly 2 or 3. Any questions? All right, this will be voted next month.
Thank you. Just to reiterate, well, no vote taken on this, but please review it. If you have questions, reach out to Parliamentarian or any member of the bylaws committee, but this is no substantive change, just a technical change to clean up some action. All right, thank you to all of our committees. Obviously, you can see there's a lot of work already being done, and we've got a lot of work to do before we finish out this year. So thank you to everyone for all your diligence and your committees. It's every month is reassuring and great to hear about all the things that we've gotten accomplished already, and the work hasn't stopped, and we've continued to move forward. And I also reiterate Chair Bridget Leslie for everyone volunteering to help us on our staff awards and appreciation day. So thank you very much. Do want to extend a special welcome. We are joined again by our staff ombuds, Robin Peace. As you, some of you have weighed in on, we've talked about trying to find the exact right spot for Robin to be housed. So good to hear that there's going to be, there's work being had on that, and hopefully that place on Senate Street is the perfect location. We're going to be very intentional about making sure that Robin's office is one that's conducive to staff, both from a feel when they visit with Robin, but also make sure that it's easily accessible, and in a space and a location where staff can feel free to engage with Robin and not feel any sort of pressures in any way, shape, or form. So that's the rationale for the work on trying to find that space. Any announcements or comments for the good of the order from any senator? Yes.
Question. Those items have been made, and the sub-chairs of those subcommittees were provided your names and you sign up for. They should be reaching out to you.
Thank you. So any subcommittee chair, please reach out to the folks on your committee so you they can know what group they are in. If you could do that this week, that would be great.
Do you know if these wellness screenings, such as the blood work, are they going to be available now, or is that?
Yes, yes, those are available now. Yep, at University Health Services.
Tyson, can you repeat that?
Yes, so the health screenings, blood panels that staff have traditionally been able to have conducted at University Health Services are available to currently. So you can go to University Health Service and get that blood work done. Yep.
The darkness walk is going to be held on April 13th. From 9:45 is the on-site registration. It starts at 10, so come and support. You could join our team for counseling and psychiatry or other teams on campus. So that's with the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention. So come out and join us.
Thank you very much. Can you repeat that date again?
April 13th.
April 13th. April 13th, 9:45 p.m. AM, sorry, AM. AM. If you want to get on, yeah. If you want to walk, the darkness coming threw me off. But if y'all are walking 9:45, I'll come join you. Any other announcements? Yeah. Yes, Jessica.
I'll be sending out the email for the voting for the officer elections. It's going to be open for a week. That's going to allow y'all an opportunity to see how the election system is ran, since a lot of y'all are new. But if you have any issues logging in or any issues voting, please let me know so that I can get that corrected before we do have a big voting for the next one.
Yes, please operate on if you see something, say something. If there's an issue in any way with the election system, please reach out to us immediately so we can get that rectified. Any other announcements? I do want to have one recognition. As y'all know, that our women's basketball team won the SC championship. We have had a lot of athletic success lately, but we also were undefeated at home, which there are a lot of people who can get a lot of credit for our undefeated home season, but I do want to recognize Senator Simone Keller, our in-game MC, who led us numerous times to an undefeated home record and kept the crowd, kept the fans engaged, which is not easy to do because we get up by a whole heck of a lot generally in the second half. But thanks to Simone and company and the players on the court, we were able to do that. So congratulations and thank you, Simone, for your service to our women's basketball program. Next meeting is April the 9th at 3 o'clock in this same space. With no other announcements, is there a motion to adjourn? Senator Epps moves. Is there a second? Seconded by Senator Bellon. DeNisi. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, no. Ayes have it. We are adjourned. Thank you all.